So these are some words from one of my favourite pieces of writing. They're from a man called Nicholas Wolterstorff in a little book called Lament for a Son. He writes reflecting on the death of his son, tragically killed in a mountaineering accident at the age of only 25. And Nicholas writes this: "We took him too much for granted. Perhaps we all take each other too much for granted. The routines of life distract us. Our own pursuits make us oblivious. Our anxieties and sorrows unmindful. The beauties of the familiar go unremarked. We do not treasure each other enough." The routines of life distract us, he says. I was aware of that over this last weekend. I sat in my study in front of a computer screen attending a virtual General Synod. I did some emails. I answered some texts. I wrote some cards. I even at one point tidied a drawer in my study that I felt needed tidying. I pretended that I was multitasking. The reality was I was simply too easily distracted. I was not being fully attentive to the matters in hand. It's been for me one of the challenges of these last few months, so much going on, trying to respond to the whole COVID-19 pandemic, the financial challenges that we are facing as a diocese, and all of the other routine stuff that comes into my office in the usual round of trying to act as acting diocesan bishop. Martha, Martha, says Jesus in one of those familiar passages in the Bible. You are worried and distracted about many things. There is only need of one thing. If there's been a consistent theme in what I've tried to share in these little videos over these last few weeks and months, it's been of that need to try and be fully attentive to what it is that God wants of us now as his people in this diocese, of what it is God wants of us now as individuals. What is it that God wants of me? Our own diocesan synod later this week, we're going to begin to address that question. And our need is to be fully attentive to him as we seek the answer together. The Gospel, said the Archbishop of Canterbury on Saturday, and part of General Synod that I was paying attention to. The Gospel, said the Archbishop, is for our world. It shows us how to live in relationship with God, in relationship with each other, and in relationship with this planet ourselves that we've been given to enjoy and care for. And the challenge is, how do we make that real in the communities we are here to serve? Too easily distracted. I know that that is one of my challenges. The need to be fully attentive as we listen to God's answer, to him and to each other, as we seek his way forward for our life together as his people in this place.